Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609, just leaving Walmart, and I'm going to do the second session of Dick and Jane. Dick and Jane are beginning RVing. They have just purchased a brand new RV and are on the way home, and they're very excited. Dick is very pleased with the way it tows and the way that goes, and now they're in their neighborhood. And Dick is thinking, well, let me think. What would be the best way for me to come to the entrance of my home so that I can back this RV in on the new pad that I had built for it, because the Property Owners Association will not allow anyone to park an RV in front of their home or in a driveway. It must be on a separate pad located next to the driveway or in the backyard, or next to the garage, sorry. So anyway, Dick had a pad built for his RV. He's at home, and now he's thinking about, how do I back this monster around the garage and then onto the pad between a big oak tree and the garage. So he pulls forward and starts to back in, and then realizes that this may not be as easy as it looks. So Jane gets out. They have the dogs with them, and he explains to Jane to go to the rear of the RV and stand where he can see her in the mirror, and then she can tell him whether or not he's going to back into the garage or the oak tree. She gets out with the dogs. The dogs are being very unruly, so she first of all has to get the dogs in the backyard before she can come back to help Dick get the RV backed onto the new concrete pad. So while she's trying to get the dogs in the backyard, Dick is wondering what happened to his wife, because he doesn't see anybody in the mirror on either side, even though he's got the brand new mirror extensions so that he can see pretty close directly behind the RV. He doesn't see anyone, and he's getting a little angry. Meanwhile, Jane is also a little frustrated because the dogs are not minding her, and they would not fight. But finally she got them in the backyard, and she appears in one of the mirrors. Dick goes, off. Finally. He rolls down the window and he said, "How are we doing?" And she can't hear him. So he starts backing up, and she starts waving for him to go the other way or whatever. And he starts one direction. She waves her hands, meaning don't go that way or stop. So Dick stops, puts the vehicle in park, engages the parking brake, gets out of the vehicle, walks to the back, and says, "What's happening?" She said, "Well, the direction you were going, you would have backed into the garage." He said, "Well, I have to get close to the garage on one side so that I've got plenty of clearance on the other side to avoid the big oak tree." She said, "I know that." So you can see that this discussion is going nowhere. So he goes back to the vehicle, releases the parking brake, puts the vehicle in reverse, and starts going slowly backwards again in the wrong direction. This time, Jane waves her hands frantically. He stops, gets out, goes to the rear again, and sees that he was just fixing to hit the oak tree on the other side, which he could not see in his mirror. So he pulls forward again. Meanwhile, there was a little more discussion. Jane throws her hands up and goes in the house, leaving Dick by himself to get this thing on the pad and unhook it. He pulls forward, backs up, pulls forward, backs up, pulls forward, backs up, gets out, goes and looks, pulls forward, backs up, gets out, goes and looks. He does this about 50 times. But finally, mostly by pure luck, he gets the 36-foot RV on the concrete pad satisfactorily. At least he thought so. So he gets out, walks to the back of the vehicle, engages the new electric jack on the tongue of the RV, and he thinks how wonderful this is. All right, he unplugs the electric and the emergency stuff and all the chains and all the stuff you have to do, and he's ready to lift the RV off the ball. But first he remembers something the salesman said, and this will also be a little Arthur's note: don't forget to put some chocks under the wheels. I don't care if it is level. Be sure it can't roll forwards or backwards once you get it off the vehicle, because if you're in a park sometimes and there's a little bit of an incline and you take it off the hitch, guess what it'll do? Stuff rolls downhill, guys. So anyway, Dick does get the chocks out, chocks all four wheels. Very pleased, because he got some good chocks. I mean, they're the kind that you put between the wheels and you tighten this little thing and they can't move either direction. He did good. He spent some good money on that. So he goes back around to the front, raises the jack up, lifts the ball up off the truck, or lifts the tongue off the ball, completely has the truck free from the travel trailer, and now he pulls forward, finally gets the truck around and pulls it in the garage safely. And he realizes that, you know, this back in this trailer is a little bit more than I thought. But be that as it may, he goes back to the travel trailer, puts the tongue jack down a little bit, and then he looks at the bubbles on the side and sees that, yeah, they're pretty close, even though none of them are the same. One of them is off to the left, one of them is off to the right, one of them is in the center, and he doesn't know what the ones on the inside are yet. So he gets the keys and goes to the door of the RV and realizes what? That he has parked the RV right in front of the oak tree, and he can only open the door 8 inches. He cannot get in the RV because the tree is blocking the door. What frustration. Dick is about to give up. But anyway, what he does is calmly goes and gets the truck out of the garage, backs up to the travel trailer, and this is a new experience. He has to hook it up by himself because Jane is in the house. So he backs up a little bit, gets out and looks. Backs up a little bit, gets out and looks. Even though he's got a rear view camera, he knows he's getting close, but he doesn't have the type that shows when he's right over the ball, okay? But he'll get that. That'll be his next $500 expenditure. So anyway, he finally gets up under the ball, up where the ball is in the right position, and he gets out and uses the electric jack to let the RV tongue down on the ball and pull forward, which he does. He pulls forward about 3 feet to allow the door to open full all the way, and he's very pleased with that. So he goes through the unhooking routine again, puts the truck in the garage again, and he's through. He's got it on the spot. So he goes inside the RV and checks it out, and then he thinks, well, I think I'll hook up the electrical cord so I'll have some power and the refrigerator can run off 110 instead of 12 volt and drain the battery down, which it would do in about a day. So he does that, gets the electrical card out, got a good one. He's not a cheapie. He got a good electric card that'll carry any load he wants to carry. Everything's working in the RV. He's satisfied. The refrigerator automatically went to 110 perfectly, just like he thought or was told. So he goes out, locks the door on the RV, goes inside, and Jane is there. And then there's a long moment of silence, and then we'll continue this video next time, or this series. From Dick and Jane Rhodes, R-O-A-D-S, new to RVing, and Rusty 78609, thumbs up Carpe diem, adios, bye-bye, buy anything your little heart desires. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of my videos. Why? Because I'm an Amazon affiliate and I get a small commission, and it does not cost you one penny. Some of you are and some of you have, and I appreciate that. What else? Drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, keep your health. Take deep breaths, you know what I mean, to relieve stress. Stand guard at the door of your mind. Don't let negative Nancy or negative Ned get in your head. Accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative. The adventures of Dick and Jane will continue soon, if I can remember where it ended. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.